So if you're a new viewer or something, you want to see what we're cruising around in, this is it. And we'll open up the hood and give you a peep of the engine too, which is still sitting here running. Just give everyone a little look, so if you're a new subscriber or something, you get to see what we're cruising in. Those are the barricades they drag out. They have those all out here. Yeah, they drag them across the road.
Oh, 9 Mile. 9 Mile was closed at Hilton.
Well, they have the Mustang show there today.
Oh, I kind of came in the back way instead of going up to Woodward. I'm sure that the clouds are discouraging for people.
Yeah,
I feel discouraged.
Well, probably some people won't come out. But,
yeah.
You know, the car has windshield wipers, so I guess if it rains, they can turn them on. They haven't been turned on in a couple of years, so it'd probably be good to turn them. Yeah, this was stop and go from the freeway from 696 all the way to 15 Mile, and then it was pretty slow until about 16.
Yeah.
And then coming back from 16 down, it was pretty
backed up on both sides.
Yeah.
And you were on your bike.
Right.
So that was a little bit of a...
I think it was good because I did get stuck in traffic a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it was getting a little warm, so I got off into some parking lots and neighborhoods. I stopped, I don't know, half a dozen or so times at different places to check cars out. And I had my video camera on in the helmet, but I bumped it and it was pointing down, so...
Oh no.
So I didn't have any video for YouTube.
Oh boy. Pennsylvania.
Yeah. We're going to hit all the lights because we can't do the speed limit.
having a good time.
Yeah.
How's the weather been for him?
Looks like good.
Yeah.
Photos, yeah.
Yeah.
'60 Chevy. I think that's an unrestored car. I've stopped
yeah?
and looked at it in the past. I didn't see any 59s out last night. I saw a number of 60s,
Yeah.
but no 59 Chevys.
Well, you know what? That might be good. So this car will be a treat for them then.
If they're into fins and the
Yeah.
style of car, I mean, a lot of this era car, you know, the people who remember them and stuff are gone now, so
Yeah.
they've all passed away. It seems like the 70s cars or the 60s and 70s are the big hit.
Oh, there's another.
60 show. Yeah, that was out last night at Biscayne. There was a Bel Air without the Bel Air trim. Looked
Oh.
like a Biscayne, but it was a Bel Air.
Okay.
It's anodized aluminum, that side trim, so it gets messed up really easy.
So people take it off instead of having it redone.
Well, and it's really hard stuff to find, too.
Yeah. Well, I guess if they want to make it their own, eh?
Well, they probably didn't want the holes in the quarter panels for the trim went.
Yeah.
They didn't have the trim or good trim, so they just welded or bondoed them in or something. Yeah, I'm surprised that there are this with the cloud. I mean, there's a good chance of thunderstorms today.
Yeah. Like rain?
Yeah.
Like a little bit of rain, that's one thing. But if it starts lightning?
People are going to be running for cover.
Yeah. Jeez.
Oh yeah, you can see all these stones. Somebody was telling me somebody gets these bags of stones and they throw them in the intersections the night before. Why, I don't know, but see them all over the
I
road?
see that, yeah.
I noticed that last year too at every intersection.
It's not supposed like I can't even think why somebody would do that.
Just to be a nuisance. They probably don't like old cars and think they'll kick up and scratch, chip paint.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know
Oh,
why.
jeez. I can't imagine. That makes sense, though. You know what you're saying. I can't imagine.
There's a lot of people that hate this Dream Cruise that live around here, It's the noise and the congestion.
Yeah, if they don't like cars, I guess I can see that. But
the homes are just off behind these businesses is all homes.
Yeah.
And they probably get sick of hearing the roar all the time. And it's noticeable.
Yeah.
Even where I live, I'm further from Woodward and I can still hear it. And Sunday will be like the world came to an end. It'll be so quiet.
That's their relief. Sunday. You know what? They should go on vacation. It's August.
A lot of
right?
them do.
They do.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Just go up north for the whole week because it's this whole week before the Dream Cruise is like this. It's not just Friday night and Saturday. It's every single night.
Yeah.
It's a week. It's from Friday to Saturday. Friday of last week to today. I thought the traffic would be a little heavier, but I guess maybe the clouds are scaring people away. It does look threatening. It does look like it could storm any minute.
Yeah. And like I said, when I was on 75, the sun was still out. Yeah.
Well, I looked at radar, and the closest thing was Lansing, so
yeah,
that's 2 hours by car, or an hour and a half. So we got a couple. We'll have it's 9:30 till 11:30 anyway. Then I'll take my dash cam video and put it on YouTube. I'm just going to put the whole video on unedited, so we got to kind of watch what we say. I got to make sure I don't cuss or anything. And if you want to take any video with the GoPro, have at it.
Okay.
See, there's those stones again in the road.
Was this here last night?
No.
No. Oh.
The gravel wasn't there last night. There's a Starfire 62s. I like those.
Do you?
Yeah.
There's a gentleman in Windsor that has the exact same car that takes videos and posts them on YouTube.
Oh, send me a link if you have it.
Okay. Yeah. He's interviewed me a couple of times.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's trying to rain. I can see a few spots on the windshield. They're out on their go-kart. I don't think they put up with that. They'll probably get a ticket. Commercial trucks or not, if they're on, they'll pull over. That idiot was about pushing us, so that's why I just backed off so they go around. I hate that when people tailgate. There's no reason to. I might have to go around with somebody if they're just going to be doing 20 miles an hour. goal is do one 32-mile lap. Then put the car back in the garage for the day.
Yeah.
58 over there.
Yeah, I saw it.
A friend back in the day had a car just like it, a old 58 Mustang. He had a factory 283 power pack, 3 on the tree.
Do you ever think of how many pictures or videos are out there of your car that you didn't take or that you're not a part of?
Yeah, because I see people photographing and videoing the car all the time.
Yeah.
Somebody was photographing the bike big time last night.
Yeah, you were saying.
Yeah, I went to the parade for the Berkeley. They have this old car parade, and it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I just go up some of the neighborhood streets and park on one of them and walk up and watch the parade. And,
yeah.
And I was parked maybe from here to that orange car away from where I was standing was from where the bike was parked. And I'd turn around just to check on it every now and then. This guy was, man, he was on his hands and knees taking photos.
It's on his hand. Whoa.
Yeah.
That's those are serious photographs.
Yeah.
Oh,
He had a pretty fancy camera too, so
Yeah?
he was probably.
So what happens if you happen to notice one day your bike's in a magazine?
I doubt that it needs restoration before it's worthy of that. It's about a quarter of it's done because I had to do so much work to it just to get it, to where it was rideable.
Yeah.
So probably next week I'll start tearing the bike apart. When we get up into Pontiac, you'll notice all tire marks in the road from last night, because that's where everyone says you got to go spend the Dream Cruises in Pontiac, because they're so underfunded with their police department and everything.
Oh, they don't.
Everybody just goes nuts up there.
Oh, okay. All right.
They used to build Pontiac cars there and GMC truck and buses there, where they built the GMC trucks and buses. That's all closed up. There's no employment there anymore. So it's, they just don't have the revenue anymore for police. And at one point, all the city properties are for sale. You could have bought the police department if you want.
Well, and I'm sure the Silverdome not being there probably made an impact as well.
And that was a failure from day one. It never made money.
No. I was only there once, and it was for a concert. Now, of course, I can't remember who we went to go see.
It looks like it had rained here. It's like you see in the middle sometime on see how it's wet everywhere.
Yeah. Well, we had rain about, I think it was about 3 o'clock in the morning. I woke up and I heard it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I looked at the rain gauge. There was none in it, so I assumed we got rain. Got a little over a quarter inch the night before.
a lot of people just pick like a section, because I
Yeah.
notice there's no real people down here.
Right.
They just pick a section and kind of
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah. This will be all packed later on, but along here you'll be able to get up to 30 or 35, you know, and cool your drivetrain down from all, you know, because from the freeway to 15 miles, probably going to sit there and idle for 2 hours. You can walk faster when traffic goes. So.
Kentucky.
And then you get up closer to Pontiac and it comes to a standstill again. This is always crowded up around here and through Pontiac, but the epicenter is like between 15 mile and 13 mile.
Is this Square Lake Road?
Yes.
Coming up. Oh, okay.
That'll get all muddy as heck in there in the grass and stuff. I think the Bronco exhibit's there too.
This is where we went, huh?
Yeah, that's where we stopped. And that'll be solid people on both sides along here. Yeah. Another 60 Chevy. Seen a lot of 60 Chevys out this year.
Yeah.
And no other 59s.
But you do see them, right? 59s usually?
Well, I have some friends that have. One of them has a 4-door hardtop. It's a turquoise and white one.
Yeah.
And you and Dave and the other Dave, but he doesn't come down for the Dream Cruise the other day. And I actually don't blame him. That'd be a bit of a haul for him.
How many miles does he live?
Well, it
Memphis,
takes me from my house to his house about just under an hour, maybe 45 minutes. If the road's construction and roads are good, but M53 freeway is closed for a ways, so that just adds 20, 30 minutes. Well, the way he goes is probably 696 to 94.
Yeah.
That's probably pretty good. The way I go is a little different.
And is his El Camino, is it like really roadworthy? Like it can do that?
Yeah, it's a 348 tri-power with a power glide.
Yeah.
I think he said it was originally a 6-cylinder. The M1 Concourse has all her going-ons today. Yeah, normally there's more cars out, so I think the clouds have affected it.
The diehards are out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't want to give up on it.
See all the black marks all over the
Oh,
road?
jeez, yeah.
See how they're all hooked and where they're fishtailing, and one place there was a bunch of circles where they were doing donuts.
Oh, Jesus.
Last year. Nuts. This is what's called wide track. It just goes around Pontiac.
This is a big circle. Now, Woodward continues, though, right?
No, it turns into Dixie Highway, I think, up here. You got to kind of.
Oh, okay.
I think that's the name of it. I think it goes from downtown to Pontiac. Woodward was a judge.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. They named the road after a judge.
Like, how long ago did he live?
I think back in the 1800s, I don't know.
Oh,
1900s. Early turn of the century, maybe. I don't know. I'd have to Google it.
Oh, a lot of streets are named after people.
People,
Yeah.
People or things or places. Yeah, the 696 of Walter Reuther, he was a union guy, and Lodge, I think he was a union guy. All the freeways are named after, like, auto industry union guys or some, hoo-ha.
Chrysler Highway.
And the Ford.
Ford, yes. Yeah.
It's actually the Edsel Ford. Is I-94 is Edsel Ford Freeway.
Yeah. I remember young coming over here and the Ford and the Chrysler freeways not being finished and only being able to travel so far on it and then having to get off like a kind of a detour, right?
Yeah, I remember when 696 didn't go through, you'd have to get off at I-75.
Yeah.
And it didn't go between I-75 and Telegraph. There was no freeway there.
Yeah.
And you had to go literally take 8 Mile or Square Lake Road, or depending on where you were, north or south,
Yeah.
Yeah, as the freeway didn't go. And 696 to the west of Telegraph was just 2 lanes in each direction, and now it's like 5 lanes in each direction, and it's bumper to bumper. And
Yeah. I remember my dad. He had a friend that lived in Sarnia, and we used to take 94 instead of going the Canadian way because it's
quicker,
it's a lot longer on the Canadian side.
Yeah, because you got to go around Lake St. Clair.
Yeah, and we'd always start out on the Chrysler freeway, and then we'd get on 94, and I'd always bother him. I says, "Why don't you stay on the Chrysler freeway?" And he'd say, "It's not finished." And I said, "It's not finished? What do you mean it's not finished?" He says, "There's a section that's not finished."
Yeah, and it didn't go in the direction you wanted to go either.
And that's what he said. He says that we're not going that way, but I'd always ask, right? So one day he said, "Okay, I'm going to show you that the expressway is not finished." So he stayed on Chrysler, and then all of a sudden, of course, all the traffic, I can't remember what road we had to exit onto, right? All of a sudden, you could see that the land and the ground hadn't been taken away yet. So, and the road just ended. And I went, yeah, I guess it doesn't. It doesn't go through. And then finally the road was finished. And when the road was finished, he took me on it. And I thought, this is a great little, great thing to see that it was finally finished.
I remember when 69 wasn't finished from Lapeer to Port Huron, and when we'd go to see my grandparents in Lansing, we had to take all these secondary roads, and then we'd get on 69 in Lapeer, but it ended around Owasso or Perry or something, and it went back to just a 2-lane blacktop. And then when they finished that took a half an hour off the drive just when they were in that freeway.
Okay, here we are. Howard and I are in his 1959 Bel Air doing the Woodward Cruise 2024. It's a little cloudy today, but there's still vehicles out. The diehards seem to be out right now.
Yeah.
So if it happens to start raining, Howard, when was the last time you had the old girl out in the rain?
Probably on the way back from Savannah, Georgia. It absolutely dumped on the interstate for about 50 or 75 miles.
And how many years ago was that?
That was 2013, 2012. I'm sorry.
2012. So that was 12 years ago. And if that happens, do you think the windshield wipers are still going to work?
Hopefully.
This is a shot for all the dice haters that follow Howard. I'm getting your acknowledgement today.
So when we get down around 15 mile, that's when it'll start getting crazy. Looks like the sky lightened up a little bit down south of us.
Yeah, good.
So that truck's all rusted out.
I'd say so, man. I shut it off. It's just no real cars. I'm just taking pictures of regular people. So this button here, I think. So how many laps do you think you do every year?
One.
No, I mean for the whole length of the car show. On the bike or on the Bel Air.
I usually do one or two a night if I go out.
Yeah.
But today one only.
Yeah.
Yesterday I didn't make a complete lap because it was just too much traffic. The bike would overheated, so I had to go through neighborhoods and stuff to get around to see what I wanted to see.
It's not coming on.
Oh,
I have to
the
hold
top one is the one that starts.
This?
No, this button starts and stops the recording.
Okay, so is it?
What year's your car?
59.
I love it.
Thank you.
Absolutely beautiful. Have fun.
You too. Thank you.
So you think if the rain doesn't happen or stops, you think you'll come back out again?
No.
Not on the bike or anything?
I'll probably take the truck or something to a barbecue I'm going to later in the state. I don't think I'll take this. It's just, I don't like sitting there holding my foot in on the clutch. My foot gets sore in the traffic, and the side streets get so congested that it's hard to get through them, you know, the neighborhood streets, because everybody parks on them to walk out to see the cruise. So the bike, yeah, it's pretty good to do that, but I don't want to take a chance on getting rained on the bike, so I'll probably just take the everyday car.
It's not good to drive the bike when the roads are wet, right?
Well, I don't care about I've ridden them in the snow. I just don't want to get soaked. Won't hurt the bike any. They're designed for it's a enduro bike, and they're designed to go through rivers. I've had my 175 submerged all the way up to the seat, still running.
Oh, is that right?
The air intake's under the seat, so as long as you don't get the air intake underwater, it just keeps going. Dave and I were riding our bikes, and we went through this little pond. It was frozen over.
Oh, yeah?
And we fell through the ice, and it wasn't very deep. We knew it wasn't very deep. That's why we were riding over it. It was, frozen over.
Yeah.
And we knew the ice wasn't that thick, and there was a possibility of going through, and we did. And of course, the water was up to almost the seat of the bike.
Oh, geez.
But we continued through and got out. But when I got home, my mom had to take the hairdryer and thaw the laces on my boots so I could untie my boots and get them off.
You must have been young.
Yeah, I was probably, well, the bike was brand new, so I would have been 15, 16 years old.
Oh, no, okay. Jeez. But you must have been.
I was 15.
Frozen.
I was 15 in 76, so the title for the bike when we at the Honda dealer had to be in my dad and my name. I couldn't legally buy it. Yeah. So it's still in both our names because I wasn't, 18 yet. You have to be 18 to that. So, and I've never transferred it totally to my name. So it's, and my dad. So if I ever sold the bike, I'd have to provide a death certificate too for my dad.
Okay.
Because the title's got his name on it too. never understand why people put Chevy engines in their Ford vehicles. I find when you see these custom cars like that,
Yeah.
and the exposed engine, they put a boring small block Chevy in it with AutoZone chrome valve covers. It's like, come on, put a Ford in it, or something interesting, flathead or something like, even just a 302 would be fine. But no, they put 350s in them. I guess because they're inexpensive to buy and build, but it just, to me, it doesn't look right having a Chevrolet engine in a Ford vehicle. Or that's just my personal preference.
Well, obviously, some people, they don't care.
Well, they have a budget and they got to stay within it.
Yeah.
And the small block Chevy is probably the cheapest engine there is to build. Parts are a dime a dozen for them. You can find them everywhere. I got one sitting in the garage.
Maybe one day, hey, I'll end up in a car.
Maybe. I put that 4-barrel and intake on Marketplace, but I was thinking maybe I ought to put it on that 283 and sell a 2-barrel and intake. But
this is where the last time I was here, that's where we parked, right here. All the other places were all taken up. Yeah. And of course, I'm over to Tim Hortons.
They're not the same here as in Canada.
Have you been to one?
Oh yeah, I've been to them in Canada.
Yeah.
They're much better in Canada than
like how so?
I like their donuts better. Their donuts are a little better quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. You would think that they would be the same.
I'm not a coffee drinker, so I can't judge that.
Yeah.
But the donuts I can. Yeah.
I knew you didn't drink coffee. That's why I didn't bring one for you this morning.
There isn't even coffee in the house. Just
Jeremy doesn't drink coffee either?
You can't because of his stomach issues.
Oh. Can you drink like decaf? Like is it it's the caffeine?
I don't know what it is. He just doesn't drink it.
Yeah, the only reason I drink coffee is because I used to work midnights, right? My shift, and I needed the caffeine to stay awake.
When I drove the truck, I used to drink Mountain Dew to stay awake.
And then it was coffee every day until you finally, okay, I'm hooked on it, right? And you got to have it to get you going.
I like the smell of it. I just don't like the taste of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we're starting to get down to where the epicenter. From here on, 13 mile. It's a 59 El Camino.
I saw it. Yeah, great. That's that one you had in your video. Isn't it?
I don't know.
You don't know? Was that last year or the year before?
Yeah,
I bet you that's it. I think the color was the same.
So that's the only other 59 Chevy I've seen this year on Woodward. Is that El Camino?
This old 58, right?
Yeah.
Look at all. Oh, and that's a lower model too. Trailer queen.
I've never had a car in my car trailer ever.
Yeah, you said that on last Wednesday when we were talking to the guy with the
My
Eldorado.
brother has. My brother's used it. His
Yeah.
neighbors used it to haul cars in.
Yeah.
Well, I've never hauled a car in it.
But you could.
Yeah, but I usually haul other crap in it.
Well, at least you're getting use out of it, eh?
Or haul it empty. It's up at the cottage in the UP right now. It's used as a storage bin.
This is a nice Pontiac, okay? I like
68.
That. 68. That's a nice.
A friend of mine in high school had a 69 Catalina with a 390 horse 428. Man, you want to talk about power. Holy mackerel. We went out on this country road and he had the speedometer buried under the dash and we hit this dip in the road and it completely ripped the exhaust system off the car.
Oh boy. Was it a new car at that time?
No, it was a 69 and this was in 79, so it was a 10-year-old car.
Oh, okay.
And it was pretty rotted out. And when he first got it, it didn't run for diddly. And one day, you know, I told him, I says, you know, it sounds like the firing order's messed up on that car. And so we just, for the heck of it, checked it. And yeah, it had 2 spark plug wires crossed. So we straightened them up. Man, did that thing go.
Yeah.
And the guy gave the car to him because he couldn't get it to run right.
And that's all that was?
All it had was mixed up spark plug wires.
Oh, boy.
Beautiful minivan, huh?
Minivan. Jeez. I've owned a few of them. I'd be embarrassed to have a minivan out here.
Pretty soon, that's what you're going to see out here when these kids get older that you grew up around them.
Oh, geez, you're right. They're going to be, they're all souped
like,
up.
remember them? Yep.
They'll be
Like
all
Boosted
souped up.
Boys
Oh,
has
my
that
goodness.
Honda Odyssey minivan that it does like 8 seconds or something.
Oh,
like
my
that
goodness.
in the quarter mile.
That's when we'll be like, we'll be saying, really?
Yeah.
Where has the sport gone to?
Yeah, it's starting to get crowded.
The 68 Barracuda, that's a nice car. You like that?
Yeah, they're all right. I had a friend that had one.
Yeah. Oh, there's the big boy truck.
I like things that this is where Dave was that day we were cruising.
Oh,
he
was he?
sitting right here.
Was he? And I missed it.
Yeah. And I didn't hear my phone because, you know, all the noise.
Yeah. If he's out, he's got to have his Bel Air. He's got to.
I'm surprised that truck's allowed on Woodward right now with the police haven't flagged it off.
Oh, there's WOMC.
Oh, they're back there. They're back a ways, I think, too.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the news crew out yet. Usually they're back there, too.
Oh, look at that bus. That's worth a lot of money.
Yeah,
because that was the, what do they call that? The so many windows.
I don't remember either.
Those are just, you know.
There was a time you couldn't give them all.
Yes. Well, you know, and almost like this car. You know?
Yeah, nobody wanted these when I bought it.
You know,
my friends thought I was nuts when I told them I wanted a 59 Chevy. They just thought I had my head where the sun doesn't shine. They're like, when you can have a Roadrunner or a Z28, you're going to have a 59 Chevy? And I'm like, oh.
Oh, there's an Etzel. Missed it.
Yeah, 58.
Yeah, 58.
The thing is most of these cars out will eventually park, and soon all you'll see is everyday cars on the road because all the cruisers will
Be parked, yeah.
If they could get the everyday cars off the road and just have old cars, it would be. Heinz Parkway, they close it to traffic, and it's only cruisers, and it's a lot of fun.
Sure.
And that's, I think, next week. So,
well, it kind of makes you feel like you've stepped back into it.
The only thing is the roads that I would take to it are under construction, so it's a mess getting there. So I may not go this year.
Well, last year we were planning to go. Remember, I was going to meet up with you, but it rained.
Like those buckets. Yeah, and I didn't go to the Telegraph cruise because I was in Indianapolis that day. So. See how they put these blocks here?
Oh yeah,
and then
so
cars can back up in there. So this gets really congested from, you know, people backing into there in the morning.
Does the township, or whatever you call the area, do they provide those, or just?
I don't know who does it. I honestly don't know. I think it's just a bunch of volunteers. You can see them here.
67? Oh yeah, here we go.
And then, like, you get new vehicles like that Jeep. Why, you know, or this vehicle here, this white one. Why are they allowed to park there? You know, that should be. And you know this.
And they're numbered, so these are all.
You pay for them.
Oh, you pay for that.
Oh, this is a big money-making event, the Dream Cruise. It rakes in like $250 million or some astronomical amount of money it rakes in here. A lot of the profits that they make from T-shirts and stuff pay the police departments the overtime and other police department. Like I've seen Ann Arbor Police Department here even patrol.
Oh.
They changed all these turnarounds to blinking lights to try and keep traffic moving.
You know, I was kind of hoping we'd see your truck, the green and white one that you did.
Yeah, I see it once in a blue moon out here, but if I go out to the west side to any cruises, I often see it. I just haven't been doing a lot of the things cruise thing. Premium's been so expensive. This car needs premium gas.
Yeah.
Otherwise it gets pre-ignition, and I don't want to ruin the engine. And it was pushing $6 a gallon most of the summer, so I just haven't driven this that much. That's why I've been taking the bike. It gets 100 miles a gallon, you know. And so,
oh, jeez, did you see that? 3 Vegas. Right there. Well, I remember. I remember 8 years ago. Today's the 8-year anniversary that I had my Chevy, my '59 Chevy, here at the Woodward Dream Cruise.
You haven't brought it since?
No. It was today was supposed to be the day that I was going to bring it back,
yeah.
but because of the weather and whatnot, I didn't want to have to deal with that with my car. But anyways, I remember, I can't remember exactly where I was, but I remember my son was with me, and I was driving, and it was traffic like this, you know, stop and go. Not bad, but I happened to look over to this side of the street, and here's a black and white '59 Bel Air, and I went, look, there's another car just like mine. And I looked closer, and the driver was videoing. And I said, that guy's videoing over there. So, and then I just, of course, I passed, and I never saw the car again, right? So, I think a year went by, 2 years went by, and I was on YouTube, and I found your channel, and what was it called then? It wasn't called Old Car Alley.
Turbo thrust.
Turbo.
Yeah, because that's what the engine is in this car. It's a turbo thrust. Turbo thrust 348.
So I started. I thought, okay, I'm going to watch. You know, I was watching your video, and I went, oh, this guy's great. I really like his videos here. And then you were out one day, and I says, geez, that looks like Woodward he's on. Sure enough, you happened to mention it. He's on Woodward. And I went, damn, that guy's just across the river from me. I want to meet him. I want to see his car, and I want to have him see my car and everything. And finally, that took years because COVID started. And, I didn't come over to the States for over 3 years. So finally, after all the border restrictions were off and we were free to go over and didn't have to worry about, getting blood work tests done and, making sure you were okay with COVID. And then finally I got to see you. And that was really good. I really enjoyed that.
They say the COVID numbers are up.
Oh yeah?
More on the West Coast than...
Well, it can stay there as far as I'm concerned.
Same here.
Yeah, for sure. So now I've been over more than once, for sure. And here I am. I never dreamed that I'd be actually riding in that car, taking videos for the owner.
Well, I can't run video cameras and drive anymore because they changed the laws here. You can't have anything in your hands. Supposedly not even eat food or anything, but everybody still does it. But you know, I'm not. There's the Bronco and all this stuff. But that's where I'm supposed to take this later on, which I don't think I'm going to. I'm just not a car show type of person. I don't know. I like looking at the cars and going out cruising and talking to people, but as far as car shows, I don't know. I'm just not into it. I wonder what state they're from.
Oh, Mississippi.
I don't know. To me, the fun of going on a road trip with them, taking old cars, driving it. I just can't bring myself to trailer an old car.
So out over there.
This is where it originated, was down here, the Dream Cruise.
Okay.
The first Dream Cruise, Boy Scouts, for fundraiser.
And is this
Right
where the parade started last week?
Yeah. Down here at 9 Went from 9 to 11 and back. That was an emergency vehicle parade. And then the other one was in Crossing, which was 12 mile between Coolidge and Woodward.
Mustang's turn signal isn't working right now.
Yeah, it needs a new bulb in the very right one. Well, that dog's enjoying the cruise. It's looking at that dog over there.
Oh, there's one in the Jeep. Oh, there's more than one in the Jeep too.
Well,
yeah, even the dogs get into it.
yeah. I think of some of these owners, you see them walking their dog and it's sunny and hot and they're on pavement and, you know, in the 80s or 90s.
Oh,
That's got to be hard on the animal.
For sure.
Their paws on that hot
Yeah.
pavement.
Yeah.
And them being close to the hot pavement like that. I don't get people who do that.
This is where that the Channel 56 thing that I was in. This is where it was shot.
That's the Mustang Alley down there.
Okay.
Well, might as well go down and we'll go past 8 Mile and turn around and we'll go into Detroit. So.
Okay.
Oh, so they're all waiting to turn around and go the other way from there.
So I've got 48 minutes. Right? That's the length of time.
What's left on the memory card.
Oh, is that what's left?
Yeah, so that's how many minutes are left on the memory
Oh,
card.
okay.
The other one is the battery. The other top right is the engine. Battery is left.
And that's at 31%. Yeah, I guess it just dies, eh?
Whatever. Yeah.
Nobody's here.
Well, nobody goes south 8 Mile. Why? The original cruise went 8 around Pontiac and back to 8.
Yeah.
So to do the full 32 miles, this is the way. I mean, I could have taken the surface and turned around at 8, but it's just easier to go over 8 and come around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the old state fairgrounds there, and
Yeah.
right here, that's all derelict now. Michigan State Fairgrounds.
And that's where they would have all the
events and everything.
rides. And,
yeah. They have the state fair out in Novi now.
They moved it?
Yeah, it used to be right here. It was awesome. But
Yeah. Was that maybe because of
I have no idea. I think it was
bad
politics.
area? Or...
No, it's not
No.
that bad.
No.
I think it's politics.
Michigan State Fair expositions. So is the center still open? Like
No, it's all. I
It's
think
all
they've
closed.
tore the buildings down and everything. There's the ad for our slip and fall lawyer here in the Detroit area, right there.
yeah.
So it's 10:30 now. So yeah, so people are starting to get crowded already.
Yeah.
Usually by 11.
It starts to back up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you better have your spot staked out by 11:30 at the latest.
Oh. 65 Impala.
So this is like 8.5 mile. This is Marshall, so
Yeah.
literally about a half a mile probably back up here, maybe a little further.
So whatever happened to this Tim Hortons here? Was it open long?
I don't
You
know.
don't know?
I have no idea. I never come down this way that often. I think we passed that pickup back up there when we're going south, so we would still be sitting there if we went in that turnaround lane. We would still be sitting over there.
Smart, eh? To go a little further.
this is what I don't like. My foot gets sore holding the clutch, and
I bet it does.
I don't like to slip it. I like to let it out. So, you know, you gotta wait and get a little gap, then I can engage the clutch and move. And
Yeah.
like there, it's fully engaged. And the engine's just idling. I'm not pushing the gas at all. I just push the clutch in, but now I'm gonna have to stop. Well, maybe not stop. And then I can just totally engage the clutch again. So it's just in and out constantly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not touching the accelerator at all, and I'm just moving at curb idle.
Yeah, you know, I don't miss that at all.
I sold this manual shift truck to this guy, and when he was test driving it, we stopped at a light, and he was holding the truck for moving. It was a little bit of a grade with the clutch, and I told him, I says, it's a brand new clutch, and you're going to burn it out if you drive like that all the time. I says, you need to, you know, not sit there and hold the vehicle from rolling with the clutch.
Yeah.
And he bought the truck, and about 3 or 4 months later, he called me and asked me if I'd put a clutch in it for him. The clutch went on. I said, no, I won't put one in it. I says, you learn how to drive a stick, and you know, you won't have clutch failure. But these people that, you know, sit there and ride the clutch, they go through clutches.
And it was new, you said, right?
It was a brand new clutch. I just put a brand new, it didn't even have 1,000 miles on the clutch.
My.
And the truck had 200,000 miles, and it was the original clutch that I changed out.
Yeah.
One of the springs broke in the pressure plate. It shattered real bad, so I put a new clutch in it. He was out on Woodward last night with that Model A.
Yeah.
He was in the Berkeley parade, too.
Okay. Do you ever walk around here? Like just leave the house and walk? Yeah, that's kind of cool, but I don't have anything. I don't live close to something like this. We actually have to travel on my car to do something like that. That'd be great. I'd love that.
Yeah, parking around here is dreadful, so if I want to go eat or something, I just walk.
Yeah.
Easier, quicker and easier. Time you drive around, find a parking spot, and then you have to walk just as far. It's just easier to just leave the car at home. I think this is probably backed up all the way to probably 15-mile road now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because everyone gets off 696 onto Woodward, and that's where it turns into a parking lot. And 696 is equivalent to 10 mile here. So, yeah. And we're at almost 9.5 miles. Uh-oh, somebody lost some fluid of some type under there. Oh, yeah. This is typical by this time of day. It's completely clogged up. He owns the apartment building at the corner of our street, that guy on the bicycle.
Oh yeah?
A couple apartment buildings there. He watches my videos. He stopped by the house a couple of times.
Oh yeah? You ever comment or just watches?
I don't know. Oh, something must have happened up here. Everyone's trying to get over to the right lane.
People are getting off there.
Or the right end. Something happened in the middle lane, I think.
Yeah. Somebody's conked out their rear end. Jeez. A little fender bender.
Well, I can always take one of these side streets if I have to, but I want to see what's going on. You can smell exhaust. And I think that's why my allergies are.
Can you see the plate on that Beetle?
What does it say?
Can you see it? It says to bug you on the Beetle.
Okay. Oh yeah, now I can see it. The light was reflecting on it, I think.
You know, I've got a passion for license plates because my whole career,
oh yeah,
I looked at plates, right?
Yeah. Could you run the plate from your little booth there?
You can't. Well, you could. When they finally got the computers in the booth, if there was a lookout or or a past seizure or anything like that, it would come up and refer them, right? You couldn't do it at the booth. Now the U.S. side could, but we couldn't because to run them, it could back up the traffic.
Oh, okay.
And
they
the
wanted
traffic,
to keep it moving through customs.
That's right. They wanted. Well, the bridge company had a lot of power, and the Canadian side, bowed down to that to a certain degree. So the superintendents had to make sure that there was like a balance of that. You have to be enforcement, but you got to move the traffic. So we were never able to run the vehicles at the booth. We'd have to pull them in, and then if you wanted to have them run or they needed to be run, then you could do it.
Well, we're almost to the radiator shop that I use when I do do project
As long
cars.
as you don't have to make a pit stop.
Every project car I've done, virtually, they've done the radiator and heater core.
Oh, good and close too.
Yeah. They got a payphone that works inside still.
A payphone.
A payphone, and it still works.
Oh my goodness. Is it an old payphone,
Yeah,
or it was one about like a more modern one?
No, it's an old school.
Oh my goodness.
Payphone.
Jeez. No, something must have really happened.
Yeah, I think somebody probably was showing off and went cruise or something. Well, I see something sideways up there.
Uh-oh. That's not good. Oh. See the flatbed up there?
Yeah. Well, it looks like they're just now clearing it off. One lane to the next. Hey, you got hit hard by that piece of crap Toyota.
Jeez.
That's one of the reasons why I don't go out on Dream Cruise Day. That always happens on Dream Cruise Day.
Yeah, you see that, eh?
That was 32 miles.
There we go.
After editing this video, if you watched the whole thing, more power to you. That's all I got to say. Anyway, yeah, it turned out it only rained a little bit a couple of times, not even enough to really get the pavement wet. Anyway, here, I think out on Woodward up in the Royal Oak area or Birmingham area, they might have got a little bit more. But for the most part, it was a good cruise day. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed my video on the Dream Cruise from the dash cam and some that Martin took. Martin came over from Canada. He was going to bring his 59, but due to the pretty significant chance of rain in the morning, he left it at home. But anyway, if you liked the video, hit that thumbs up icon. If you like my channel, that 348 engine icon that pops up will help you subscribe. And thank you for watching my long video.